Welcome in to Wildcat Sports Talk. Let's join Adam Webb and Tim Brandstetter now.
Well, I'm really honestly at a loss for words because you shoot 13 threes in a ball game.
You make 13 threes.
You shoot like 23, 24. You make 13, and you still lose a game by 1. I don't know what the hell that, you got to do to win ball games, but apparently it's... And then on top of that, man, Davion Mintz goes down the floor, down 2, in ice-cold veins, man. He drills a 3. And yes, we get all the way down. And then all of a sudden, we're going to make a horrible call.
Yeah, a horrible call. I can't get over the call, and I don't care. I mean, yeah, we don't want to blame referees. I get it that we don't want to blame referees. But at the end of the day, Adam, it's not blaming the referees. It's calling it like it is. This is big boy basketball. This is grown men playing basketball. And here's what happens. If it's not a foul, it's not a foul. Listen, B.J. Boston don't get that call. Olivier Sarr don't get that call. The game's on the line, and you go up and you get blocked from behind or from the side, and it's all ball. You don't miss that call. You do not blow the whistle when the guy's on top of the ball and blocking it. It's horrible. It's garbage. It's pathetic. I mean, yeah, we shouldn't have been in that position. Sure. Yeah, we should have been up by more. Yeah, we should beat Arkansas, but it's not a right to call a bull crap call that takes a ball game away from a team that deserved the damn game. The fans deserve the damn game. We deserve a win.
Hey, Bryce, he said one foul doesn't lose a game, Homer. You know what?
Oh, no, listen to me. Listen to me a minute. No, it clearly loses a ball game whenever you're up by 1, sir, and you get beat by 1, sir. You get beat by 3 because you foul at the end, but you when you're up by 1 and there's a few seconds to go and you don't foul somebody, listen, son, it's real simple math. It's real simple. If they don't call it because it wasn't a damn foul, we win. So, wait, let me ask everybody watching. Does one foul change a ball game, Adam, whenever it's on the last damn shot of the game?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, we've talked about this, and we've talked about...
Go home with that garbage. You politically correct. Go home. Just go home, sit down, and get your participation trophy.
Boy, I'm normally the fired up one.
You don't come on here and tell me one call don't end the ball game. One call has ended 5 million ball games.
Yeah. I mean, look. Right. I will fully grant you we shouldn't have been in that position. I know. I understand.
All right, and I even said that myself.
We shouldn't have been in that position. But the fact is, that's how the game played out.
Guys, don't blame the refs. Randy, listen, son, I love you, and I know you're Adam's dad, but I'm clearly going to blame the refs harder than I've ever blamed them before because that's a kid call. That's a baby call. That's a junior league, Optimus League call. You don't call that with a game on the line and there's no contact.
It's exactly right. But I'm going to say this. I understand we shouldn't have been in that position, but the fact that the game played out in that way, they did everything they needed to do down the stretch to try to win the ball game. And they inserted themselves by making a horrible call at the end. Therefore, it's unwatchable. That's not basketball I want to watch. If y'all want to watch that, go watch chess. Okay? That's where you can make calls. Right? But let these kids play, man. If anything, it should have been a jump ball.
Here's the deal. If you go out in the playground and you're playing big boy basketball when you got to tighten your damn shorts up, you got to lace your shoes up, and you're playing man basketball. You got 5 guys sitting out on the court. They're ready to take the winner. Winner stays up, and you're playing man basketball. Not one player that's ever played the game of basketball that calls himself a player calls that foul. Is that called on the playground? Is that called when real men are out there showing who's the best ball player?
And
it's not a foul.
I will say this. I at the end of that, with the 4 seconds left in the ball game, I don't understand that pass from Sarr.
Horrible.
Also, I don't understand why he got the ball in the inbounds.
I would rather Sarr pull up from 30 and just shoot it than try to pass.
Yeah, because we didn't even get a shot on the goal.
He's hitting everything. Just pull up and fire it up. I mean, yeah, it might have been 30 feet out. Shoot the ball. Man, it's so frustrating. Okay, I'm getting past the
I understand.
Call.
I get it, Dad. I know. The refs see it live. You got to call it when you see it. But still, at the
but really, did you see it?
But here's the problem that I have with that theory, Dad.
We don't get that call. It's my problem.
But the thing is, though, is with that theory, Dad, we've created a culture now where we're reviewing everything, but that play's not reviewable. Fouls aren't reviewable. Well, okay, if we're going to review one, let's review all.
Yeah, with a minute 20 to go, we can review it that has no effect of the game. None, but we can review that.
We need to review that call.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, guys, look, I got my rant over. It's fine. It's one call. All right, we should have been in a better position to win the game. I'm over it, okay? I'm over that call. Now we can break down the team and how they played. But the call caused us to lose the game, period. End of the story. That call caused us to lose the game, period. If you don't believe that, you don't know basketball. All right. If they don't make that call, who wins? Ask yourself that. Now we can move on. Let's talk, man.
Because it's a horrendous call. If you're trying to call in tonight, go ahead and give us a call. 859-428-8419. I just opened up the phone lines. We should be able to get those in and hear from you. So come on in. Again, I'm going to go ahead and put it up right now, and you can call in the show. 859. Look.
The lower body. It's a contact sport. It's probably everybody knows that big boy basketball is a contact sport. You don't get that call. Ask De'Aaron Fox. Ask De'Aaron Fox if you get that call at the end of the season. Ask him. You don't get that call. You just don't. You don't make that call.
Yeah, it was a bad call. I mean, it just was.
But anyway, Olivier Sarr knocking down shots was big. He gave us a chance, man. Davion Mintz gave us a chance by hitting a big three there at the end. Olivier Sarr gave us a chance. We had some good moments. We fought. You know what, early, Adam, whenever we were diving on the floor for loose balls, I felt like we had a chance. I felt like the team played better tonight, but just they wasn't rewarded, and it's really unfortunate that they were not rewarded.
If you guys wonder what this is, we're actually we're helping get some footage for the documentary, so that's all part of it. We got to with COVID and everything, we kind of got to film ourselves on a lot of this stuff. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and take a call. Let's go to the line. You're on with Wildcat Sports Talk. Who's this?
Man, I figured I need to calm Tim down for a minute before he loses.
Yeah, there's really
Tim,
no.
You all right, man?
There's really no.
Yeah, not really.
There's really no calming down. I mean, honestly, man, Q, look, that's a bad call at the end, man. And then you couple that with when
I agree. I agree that it was a bad call, like 100%. I'm at work right now, and I'm surprised I didn't lose a customer because I probably said some things I shouldn't have said. But listen, at the end of the day, can you explain this to me? Okay, why did Cal take his last time out on a free throw? Why not call a timeout after the miss or make that we can draw something up to advance the ball from half court and not have to throw a heave to Olivier Sarr, which ended in turnover?
Yeah, I mean, you're.
No, maybe he's thinking make the player miss.
But here's the thing about that. All right, here's what I go back at this game and I look at it from start to finich, right? And there were a couple of things that threw me off, right? So when Jackson fouled out, he walked off the court. Now I don't know what happened. I have no clue, and I'm not gonna get into why or what. But man, dude, it just threw me It threw me for a loop, man. Like.
Yeah, it did me too. I texted Tim. I was like, "Did you see what I just saw?"
I don't understand it, and I don't know why it happened. But at the same time, this whole season, man, has just been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy. And
one more thing. Go ahead, Adam.
But I'm tore up, man. I'm tore up because I feel like we did lose on a last second bad call, and it's. I mean, no one's going to convince me otherwise. I get we shouldn't have been in that position to begin with, but man, we were in that position, and the fact is the call was made, and it should not have been made. Even the announcer said it shouldn't have been made, and we got robbed. I mean, we absolutely got robbed. And I you know what? People say don't blame the refs. Don't blame the refs. You know what? I'm so sick of hearing that. Because the thing about it is, we absolutely have to hold them accountable. Otherwise, this crap's going to continue to happen game after game. It happens all over the place. You guys have seen so many teams that didn't make the Super Bowl Packers over a bad call, over a horrible call.
Well, here's what gets me, Adam. I mean, here's the deal, man. Yes, we play horrible the last 4 minutes of game. Yes, we turn the ball over. We all know, but here's what I don't understand, guys. You guys that are listening right now and following, I've calmed down now, but I really want you guys to answer this. When did it become acceptable that we can complain about the way the team played, or we can complain about the way the coach coached, but we can't complain about refs no more? When did that become acceptable? You know what I mean? I don't get it. They're adults too. And I mean, the bottom line is the way the game was played out, you know, if everything goes like it's supposed to go, it's not a foul at the end of the day. But I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, like we can say, oh my gosh, he took a horrible shot, or oh my gosh, Olivier Sarr threw it away, and that's fine. We can blame them. That's fine. It happened. But we're not allowed to blame calls. I don't know when that happened.
Hey, Quincy, we got to get to. We got about a million other calls coming through right now, so I want to get to those.
Quincy. You're good, man.
All right, take care. If you're trying to call in, just keep going. Keep calling. You'll get in eventually. I promise. We've just got a million to get to. So please make your calls quick. Get your questions in, and we'll get to the next guy. 859-428-8419 is the call. Is the number to get in on the call and talk to us. You know, look, I know you're calm down, man, but seriously though, reality is that it was a bad call. I mean, we all know it was. And you know, I'm just.
And well, here's the thing.
I feel like we were robbed, man.
Let me add this. Whenever we talk about it being a bad call, we're not saying that we played a great game and everything else was good.
All right, we're gonna try to shut up our comments for a while and let you guys talk. Go ahead. You're on with Wildcat Sports Talk.
Yeah, hey, this is Mark from Clarksville, Tennessee. You know, on a positive note, if there's anything positive for me, after watching them against Tennessee and some of these other games, I thought the guys came out, pulled themselves together, and down the stretch actually made some plays that kept them in it, gave us a chance to win, which we have not seen in a while. And it's just like we're snake bit. I mean, it's just like these things just keep happening game after game, these critical things. I just don't think you make that call unless it's an obvious, blatant foul. You just got to let them play. I mean,
yeah.
But on a positive, I can see that these guys are developing a little bit. And I talked to another friend of mine tonight. I said, you know, the other thing that kills me about this team, and I kind of get it because there's no chemistry, but sometimes we just don't rebound the ball. We got one guy or nobody down there. And I think the reason we don't rebound well at times is because these guys just actually don't know where the shots are going to come from. It gets so erratic. But anyway, I just kind of want to put a little bit of positive on it. I thought they played well because they could have come out and tanked. They were down by 12 with 5 to go, or roughly in that neighborhood. They could have just tanked, and you know, but they didn't. They fought. They showed heart, and that's what I can live with. That kind of loss when they get out and fight and play hard like that. I can't when they do the other dumb stuff.
I agree, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Take care.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
859-428-8419 is the number to call if you'd like to get in on the show and get your calls in. I know a lot of you are trying to get in. I'm going to get to you as quickly as I can on each of these. But like I said, it's hard to get in on this show. Wildcat Sports Talk. Who's this? Hey, who's this?
This is Dustin. Hey, this is Dustin. How's it going tonight?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Another big fat L. So there's that.
I know. I called a couple weeks ago, and you know, I've gave it a couple weeks, but I just can't. I can't hold back no more. You know, I threw the remote completely across the freaking living room. Steven Anderson made the worst call possible known to mankind. You know, and the saddest thing about it is, you know, I listened to the call right before mine. I felt like the kids fought so hard. I felt like Cal was involved tonight. I felt like we did a lot of good things. We switched some defenses up, went to zone. We ran and trapped there at half court. I thought that was a little something different. But, you know, I just can't get away from that call. The second thing is Kansas now is 11 games away from tying us on the all-time winning
Hey now. We didn't need to hear that tonight.
Look,
Yeah,
we're
I know. I've been watching it very closely, and it breaks my heart. I'm a true blue fan, and we need to put some wins together, fellas.
How many more?
Exactly right.
The question is going to be now: how many games do they have left? Because
I looked at their schedule too. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's a good thing it's a shortened season.
Well, let me ask you this: aren't all those implications supposed to be coming out about Kansas soon?
Well, I would think, they came out about NC State. They came out about Oklahoma State.
Oh, but of course. But see, here's the great part about it, y'all. Here's the silver lining. If they get our record, they might just lose it. Because they're going to have to vacate some wins.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. And look at it this way too. Auburn still hasn't really went through their whole spectacle, so they may get some scholarships pulled here in the next year or two. But I appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing. But again, Steven Anderson, that young man, made that call. He killed Big Blue Nation tonight, and I'm sure his franchise in Tampa, Florida, will be getting some phone calls from Big Blue Nation. I'm sure.
For sure, man. Hey, we really appreciate the call, brother.
All right,
man, guys. Have a good night.
Take care. 859-428-8419. I want to be clear about something, y'all. All right. I'm not trying to knock any of these guys. I get it. You got to make the call. I understand. We got to be careful about that.
Right.
I understand. I get it. But man, it's terrible.
1-9. I want to be clear about it.
So you got to turn down that phone, Dad. You know that, right?
I just turned it down. Okay. First of all, 1980s, I rep varsity 10th region basketball. Okay.
I know.
And I'm not comparing myself to any college rep that there is. Tim, which call are you actually just absolutely livid that we lost it on? The foul?
The only call that the ref made that changed the outcome of the game, that's the one I'm mad about.
So you're telling me that the call that they called the foul and the guy took 6 steps across the lane about 2 minutes earlier didn't affect the game either when he hit both of those free throws?
Who are we talking about?
Their big freshman boy, I think his last name.
Yeah, I don't know if I looked away or missed the walk or what, but I mean, you're probably right. But, it's like I'm saying.
And then what about the call that when Isaiah Jackson went up and tipped the ball in and we didn't get the 2 points?
Oh, yeah, on the lob. Yeah. Yeah, that was bad too.
Guys, the ref might have missed that call. I don't know. I didn't see the lower body. I couldn't tell whether he hit him on the lower body or not, and he probably shouldn't have inserted himself in the game. But, guys, they made 12 points off of our turnovers, and we only made 4. You can't blame a ref. You can in that instant, but you can't when you have Sarr at midcourt with 4 seconds left bringing the ball up the floor. At some point, guys, we got to quit blaming other people and say this is a bad team.
Well, look. Well, let me stop you right there, Randy. Let me stop you right there, Randy. Here's the problem: is everybody forgets everything else I said, that I was complaining about the team and complaining about the player and complaining about the coaching changes. Everybody forgets all that, and they focus on that one call that I was blaming. You see what I'm saying, though? Like, I'm not arguing with you, but you called in and said we need to stop blaming the refs and blame those things. Well, we're just doing it all, Randy. We're covering it all. We're blaming everything. I'm just not giving the refs. I'm not giving the refs a pass. I'm not giving them a pass because we're bad. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this team's bad so you deserve to screw them over.
It seems like we as Kentucky fans, and especially my son sitting to your right there, love to find the refs to blame and everything else. And I think everybody in this state is afraid to step on Cal's toes.
No, listen. Well, first of all, you know me as well as I am the first one to tell you that I've criticized some things that he's done. But I'm going to tell you, I watched him tonight, He was screaming at these guys. He was telling them to come on. He was trying to do everything he can to will them to win. But see,
he does that every game.
But the point,
he's done that. He did that the 38-1 team.
But you can only do so much. This team, you're right, is horrible. They stink. But they put themselves in a position to win when Davion Mintz hit that 3 and went up by 1, and we go down the floor. We play good hard-nosed defense. The guy walked, and then he gets somehow called for a foul that didn't happen.
And Blake Hoagland, I'm calling you out. Don't you be taking up for Randy and saying get him whenever you know it was a horrible call too. I mean, all I'm saying is if I can complain about everything that happens in the game, I'm also allowed to blame a call that changed the outcome. That's all my take is.
It might. Let me.
No, I'm not. You got to agree with me. I want to ask you. I want to ask you one question. Well, wait. Okay. Let me ask you a question, Randy. Let me ask you a question, Randy. Let me ask you a question. If that wasn't called, who wins the game?
We don't know because we don't know what
Randy, you got $1 million. Okay, you got $1 million, and the only way you've got that money is you have to bet it, whether we win or we lose. What do you bet? What do you bet, Randy? Do you bet we win or lose if that's not called?
I bet with this Kentucky team.
No, you don't.
I bet we lose.
No, you don't.
I bet we lose.
No, you know better.
We do not know how to close out games.
Well, the worst thing that happens is we throw it in, then there's 2 seconds to go. We miss a free throw, and they have to heave it. So you're betting $1 million on a 70-foot shot.
I'm just saying, you did not see that call from the ground floor from the angle, and it's either your way or my way, and I'm not saying either way is right. I'm just saying we screwed the pooch a whole bunch of times when we can't hit three-foot shots.
You're right. We missed a lot of little gimmies.
I'm going to be honest with you, though, Tim, and you know, Dad's saying this, and I'm going to be honest with you. We are on an island by ourselves when it comes to this. I'm telling you we are. We just are. People don't agree with us, and it's fine. But the thing about it is,
I hate blaming refs, though.
I do too. I do too. I do. I really do. Like, I hate it more than anything.
You know, I love you both. I think the show is absolutely wonderful because you let old people like me get on here and gripe and complain and everything else. But like I said, this team is embarrassing. A Kentucky fan.
Did we lose
the radio when I was 5 years old, and this is the worst Kentucky team I think I have seen top to bottom. So,
yeah. Well, Dad, you're probably right, but anyway, love you. Have a good night.
Hey, you all have a good evening, man.
Thanks, Randy, man.
Take care. 859-428-8419 if you're trying to get in on the show. And let me tell you something. All right, first of all, Eric, my dad will always be able to get in the show. Period. That's just how it is. That's how we are. Ain't that right, Tim?
That's 100% right.
Your dad calls, he's gonna get in.
He is getting in.
There's no two ways about it.
You see that phone light up and it's your family? Hey,
they gonna get in.
But you guys are gonna get in too. You just gotta keep calling.
And he's also gonna get to talk as long as he wants to, because that's Dad, and that's how it's always gonna be. All right. So go ahead and give me a call. We got plenty of time. I mean, the lines are now open. So the first person to call is gonna get in. All right, I promise. We're gonna get to you. As a matter of fact, I see a call that's been on here 150 times. Should I just call him?
Call him.
Should I just call him myself?
Call whoever you want to, Adam.
Call him back.
It's our show. We do what we want to do.
That's right. That's a good idea. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to call people and because this guy has called me about 500 times. So
he definitely wants to talk.
Or she. And they're not going to answer. Are they going to answer the phone now?
We missed it.
Are you there?
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, man, this is I'm just a Wildcat fan in the middle of Arkansas. So,
that sucks.
Right. Well, we're glad you called, man.
Yes, sir, man. You can imagine the hell I'm going through.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think it matters where you live this year, bud.
Well, let me warn you, man. Don't say nothing about that last call. It didn't affect anything, apparently.
Man, I'm going to tell you, that last call, that was not a foul. I don't know.
Yeah, but we're bad, so it's okay to do that to us.
Hey, Tim,
stop
being salty, okay? People are going to call you out when you're.
Everybody says it's okay to miss that call because we're bad.
Yes.
So it's okay. It's all right.
I'm definitely salty.
Yeah.
So,
man.
So how you going to handle this, man? This week living there?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I done made so many bets.
Man, I'm telling you, we're on an island by ourselves. We really are, man. I mean, all these people are giving us hell because we but y'all don't understand. Y'all don't get it. All right. I'm going to call it whatever the way I see it. Okay. So that may not always be what everybody wants to hear. You see, if you tune into a show to always hear what you want to hear, then why keep watching?
Exactly.
So my point is, I say this. All right. It was a bad call, but I love the guy. I really do. I think he's a good guy. And these refs are great, are all great people, but they just made a bad call. That's it.
Lewis says, what about all the other calls they missed, Tim Branstetter? Well, the game wasn't on the line during those calls. It didn't, you know what I mean? There was time left to make up for it. The calls hurt worse is whenever there's no time left to make up for it. That's when they hurt the worst.
Man, even to be fair, I don't think some of the calls they're calling in Arkansas were even fair.
Yeah,
some of those just all around, it was just an awful officiating job. But these guys, man, I know they're human. I know they make mistakes, but man.
Well, here's my biggest thing, man, and I really don't want to talk a whole lot more about the call because I got real upset a while ago. But I will say this, and you guys, whether you agree with me or not, I want to ask everybody right now this question: if it's us, if we were in that position, do we get that call? Does BJ Boston get that call?
Oh, no, not a chance.
No.
We're Kentucky, man.
No way. I've never seen us get that call. No way.
But anyway, thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and good luck to
you.
All
right, man. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
oh, well, that's good.
What was that, Pig?
Yeah, he's probably an Arkansas fan. I don't know.
Well, at least he was a Kentucky fan for a few minutes.
Yeah, I know.
We converted him.
I know. I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was. Somebody else jumped on the phone with him?
I don't know.
That must have been his wife who can.
I mean, I don't get it. If you're trying to call in, just go ahead and keep them rolling, man. I'll try to get to you if I can. 859-428-8419.
Oh yeah, and if you are an Arkansas fan, we encourage you to call in. It doesn't bother us a bit because I mean, you just won the Super Bowl and nothing has ever happened good to you, so we'll take your call.
Yeah,
we'll let you live your moment.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're going to have to do as we grow with this show is we really need a call screener now.
We are going to have. Well, no, I like those calls, except unless we're live on the radio. I like those calls.
Yeah, we just got to be careful. I mean,
you got to be careful what they say. That's true.
I mean, but
you know what?
And it kind of goes without saying, but for some reason, people feel the need to do it. Hey, you're on with Wildcat Sports Talk. Who's this?
This is your buddy Greg Hoover.
Hey, what's up, Greg?
Well, Greg, I even told Adam. I said we might need to call Greg.
I bet 100% he's going to call and tell us that was the right call at the end.
They were both the wrong calls, the technical and the foul.
Thank you.
Goodness.
Gosh.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, man. My blood pressure couldn't have handled arguing anymore tonight.
Hey, Tim, I will tell you this much. The crew we got tonight, I'm not supposed to say much, but the only one that's Lindsay's the only one that is anywhere near where he needs to be.
Wow. Yeah, man.
That's good.
It was bad, Greg. It's one of those things, Greg, that you've officiated. You know all about it. You've been there. You assign officials. You know what you're doing. It's just one of those calls, Greg, that you can't be quick to call your whistle whenever it decides the game. It has to be a real legitimate foul.
Yes, and that's one of the things I want to discuss because I hear people talking about it, and I want to let them know that all we can do in evaluating them is, were you in the right spot to make the call? And he was. And like was on the floor, and what he saw was an arm come over, but the arm came over and hit all orange. They will discuss it later. The crew will discuss it later, but that's it. The evaluators cannot tell them. We cannot tell them, you made the wrong call. We can't do that.
Well, that's good.
Let me ask you this. Can someone say, not say you made the wrong call, but can they say, hey guys, send out an email reminder or something that says, hey guys, you know the game, you know the time, you know the score situation. Let's make sure that it's clear before we blow our whistle.
Yeah. We all do that before every game. Like when I'm doing my football games, it's kind of like you see it and you count yourself 1, 2, 3 in your head, slowly. And then if your arm is going for the flag, go for the flag. If, so it's not like we see it and then just immediately yank the flag. And that's why sometimes when you see a play, the ref, there seems to be it looks like there's a little hesitation. That's what he's doing. He went over in his mind, 1, 2, should I whistle? And then he does. And then sometimes on a play, if he goes up and he makes a layup and there's a little bit of a bump, they don't want to stop the play for a little bump because there's bumping all the time. It's when does a guy really gain an advantage? And that's the point with this one. There was an advantage gained because of what the call was. That'll be talked about too.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Greg, and I tell you this. I mean, look, I don't like to just knock refs. All right. So like the guy earlier, he called and knocked
we're stupid.
Right. we he kind of knocked him, and I don't want to do that because number one, you just don't want to do that, and number two, like you said, they're human. Just like us.
Well, I like to hear you talk a little bit more about the technical call because I feel like when you call a technical that quick on a guy that, let's face it, every guy that gets a questionable call on him, he reacts that way. Every guy. So are your feelings hurt a little bit? Were you already mad at the guy? I mean, what's going on that makes you call that? That's such a crucial call that fouls a guy out of the game whenever he basically reacted the way everybody reacts.
It looked like it to me, unless he said that, like we've said before about what I've done in football games. If the player gets personal, that's going to get a T every time. And if he said something to that effect, that's a no-brainer. But from what I saw, I did not see that. My only thing about the whole game was I thought you've heard me complain during the games, and I didn't say anything during this game. I thought we were actually trying to do everything we could, and we hit. How many times has Kentucky hit 14 threes in a game and lost the game in a row?
Yeah, that's what Adam was saying. That's unbelievable. We finally shoot the ball well and can't get the win.
Well, man,
and I thought they were actually doing their defensive rotations well. They did give up a couple of layups and all this stuff, but I thought the rotations and what he was wanting to do with the rotations was good. I think that they just made a few shots when sometimes other teams don't make shots. It was one of those games. But the thing that got me was there was a play where we put up a shot. I can't remember. It was like around the 6 or 7 minute mark, and that kid did the behind the leg or behind the back pass to the dunk. If we would have got that rebound, that would have changed the whole composition of that game. But that guy had that run out and the dunk, and that changed everything. We had to fight back the whole time. And your boy Sharman, had to do his thing to get us back in the game.
That's right, Sharman.
Knock down some threes. Hey, buddy, we appreciate it. We got other people begging to get
sorry,
in.
I took up too much time. Thank you. I'll be back anytime for wrecking.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Hey, if you're trying to call in, give us a call. I got one here that's been trying pretty diligently.
We apologize. It's just, we get going.
859-428-8419. And look, Blake says, what's the Guinness World Record for length of time talking about a foul call? I don't know. We've been going about 33 minutes now.
I don't know, Blake. What's the worst call that's ever been called? I know.
I mean, look. The Kentucky this guy on YouTube's off the deep end here. He said the Kentucky tradition is dead with Calipari. I remember when Calipari was there to win games, was there not there to win games or win championships.
Hey, was you a little bit surprised that we didn't get more from Brooks tonight?
I was a little bit surprised, but at the end of the day, man, I'm never surprised when certain players just don't show up. Because here's the thing, we have players that take the night off, and you can't do that.
That's a good point, man. I just don't understand how a guy can come out and look like the difference maker and then just disappear. I would rather a guy go out there and get 5 charges in a row than to not do nothing.
Right. Exactly right. I'm going to try to call this guy back. He's been trying to call about 500 times. Hey, you're on with Wildcat Sports Talk. Who's this?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Sorry we missed your call, brother.
All right, it's all right. I was just calling in about the game, man. It's just, I feel like that from my perspective of the whole season is that when we started losing games, It seems like to me that the team just quit. Like there's no effort, there's no will to win. There's nothing there. I feel like that everybody wants to point the finger at this person or that person or this person or that person. When it comes at the end of the day, if you have the game plan set in stone, but you don't execute the game plan the way that it's set, that's not always that person's problem. Coach Cal can only do so much. And people want to say, well, Cal don't do this, or Cal don't do this, or this player don't get this time, or this player don't get this time. Well, like Cal has always said, Kentucky is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Looks like, I mean, when was it? On the rebound? When was it?
Yeah, we don't know. We were just looking at some pictures my dad sent. What are you going to do?
Here's the thing. Every possession, somebody's got their hand on somebody, every possession. You're always being touched. You're always being hit. You're always being pushed. It's a big boy game. The call comes whenever you're in the form of shooting, you're in the act. And, from everything I've ever witnessed of over 20 years of covering sports and being on the sidelines at ball games, whenever you get a good portion of the ball, you usually don't get a foul called. I mean, I hate to keep harping on this, but it's like we can't get away from it.
Yeah, I know. Man, appreciate you.
And I watched it. I watched, not to be rude and try to interrupt you guys, but I watched that on, it showed a replay above the basket, and there was no foul.
Yeah.
And and I'm sorry, that was the worst call that I had seen. I mean, I've watched every game this year, and that was one of the worst calls that I've seen all year. There was no foul. I don't care. I will argue with anybody that wants to argue about it till they're blue in the face. That was not a foul.
Yeah.
That cost us the game. I believe Kentucky would have won that game. That was when Mitch hit the three to go up by one. I said, Kentucky's going to finally win the game. They're going to end the winning streak. And then when they went down the floor and they called the foul, I said, well, here we go again. Kentucky's going to get screwed again.
Yep.
Well,
it's frustrating.
I appreciate it, man. Take care.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Thank you. Take care, y'all.
All right, so 5-13. That's what the reality of the record is, guys. 5-13. My closing kind of thoughts here, man. I just want to tell you guys, we really do appreciate you all watching the show and being a part of this and coming in and checking in.
Tell them where they can buy our merch at. Somebody asked earlier.
You can find our merch. We're going to have a lot of that up. But there'll be more up tomorrow. WildcatSportsTalk.com. Just head on over there and click on the shop, and we'll be right there. The other thing is like I said, we're in the process of kind of filming documentary, and we're sitting out here in the middle of our own island right now with this call, but that's fine. Look, and I didn't want to spend the whole post game talking about it, but I mean, when one thing changes the complexion of the game, it's kind of what you got to talk about. So, but also, Blake asked me what my true thoughts on Coach Cal are. Look, you know what? Here's the thing. I've said he's got some changing to do. I know this. They send it at the end of the day. $52.5 million says his ass is staying in Lexington. That's all there is to it.
Oh yeah, I want to say this while you're on that topic. Please trust us when we tell you this. Unless Cal decides to retire, he will be at Kentucky next year, and I say that he will be at Kentucky next year. Let's just go ahead. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. He will be. Let's just hope that we can get some guys to come in that are winners, and let's turn this thing around, Adam.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Man, thank you guys so much.
Keep your head up, Kentucky fans. Keep wearing your blue and white. Keep supporting these cats, and we're going to too. We love you for following us.
That's right. You've been listening to Big Blue Nation's best kept secret. We are Wildcat Sports Talk as the Cats losing to Arkansas. Y'all take care.
So rough around the edges, it's hard to believe that girls like you love guys like me.